Hey there, how's it going? What is up, everybody? Irish Orangutan is back to pass along what you need to know to get better at Madden and grow your Mutt team. Enjoy the show. Today we have rookie premieres in the game. I just wanted to come and give you some of the early strategy that you can be using to go out and acquire some of these players. They kind of have had a little bit of a crash, then a peak, and a little bit of a crash of the price in the way that you can get these cards the easiest. So I just wanted to go over a little bit of that and go over some of the ways you can accumulate these cards that you can use in Madden 20. We're getting things loaded up here. We should have a little bit of a welcoming to this. As you can see, we are going to get those 99 overall cards, and Kyler Murray to start the year next year will be 73 overall. At this time, that really seems like kind of a bad trade going into next year's game, but that 73 overall card will not stay the same. It will increase, as you can see, through February 2020. So you will have this card get much better throughout the year. They will peak around 98 overall, so that is something to kind of keep in mind. But most will be very hopeful to get up to that 95 range by that February 2020. But again, these are players that will really help your team as you just get started in next year's game. And as we can see, we did still have a few things this morning. Get through those as those aren't quite as interesting. But as you can see, that pack was purchased from the store for me. As you can see, this helps you out a little bit getting into how this is going to be broken down. These Rookie Premier tokens will go into Rookie Premier sets. You will need 10 of these. That is a key number to remember while we are going through some of this other information. But as you can see, this kind of goes over some of that information on the previous screen. We'll quick sell the little notification that came with that and keep that Rookie Premier. Legendary tier rewards are coming out a little bit early. Very happy I was able to get this in the video. This is one way that we will be able to go and get those coins and use what we have used throughout the year to get these for free, pretty much. This will get me one free 99 overall card this year and a card for free going into next year. Each of these will be the same display art. It is actually really, really cool if I do have to say so for myself. But as you can see, that did give us 10. Those 10 will go into one of those sets. I will show you how that works here real quick. Before we get into some of the other information, excuse me. I am very excited. This is over my lunch break, so I apologize if some of this is coming out a little bit quick. But with rookie premieres, we do have Kyler Murray, Josh Jacobs, Marquise Brown, TJ Hawkinson, Chris Lindstrom, Quinnen Williams, Nick Bosa, Devin Bush, DeAndre Baker, and Darnell Savage Jr. I have looked over some of these players and have kind of looked through one of the first ones that I would go out and acquire. Marquise Brown being one of the fastest wide receivers in the game, hopefully going into next year. We'll be having a little bit more of stat breakdown of some of these players and why you should get specific ones, but just want to show you how this set does work with those 10 Rookie Premier tokens I have already acquired. As you can see, they just go in to those 10 spaces. All that you have to do is hit add to set, and you will get this Marquise Brown added to your team immediately, and he will be in your team for next year as well. A plus that I did not think about till right now, very small one, but this does get your dailies knocked out at least partially as well, and another portion of this that came into the game will get the rest knocked out for you. But as you see here, this is going to be the way that I'm going to be doing most of these sets. I do have some of the other requirements as we go down a little bit further, but this one right here, trade in two 92 overall Rookie Premier players to earn one Rookie Premier token. At early in the year, this would have seemed like a horrible trade-in, but at this point, 92s are very inexpensive. 92s with a specific purpose obviously are still keeping their price up. I have been purchasing these off the market, and that is what I would advise doing, besides another way that I will show you here in just a little bit. But I would definitely go out and get these off the market. If you can get them closer to 30,000, that would be about the sweet spot. Like I said earlier, there was a little bit of a valley when everyone was opening up some things from the store, which I will show you here in a second also. Um, but they had dipped around 25,000, gotten up to closer to 40, and now they're around 35. And if you get a pretty good snipe, 30,000 for one of those 92 overalls. So just a little quick math there. If you're getting them at 30,000, and you need two of those, that'll get 60,000 for just the one token, and if you need 10 of those, that'll be 600,000 for one rookie premiere. So hopefully that is something that you have accounted for. Again, with those legendary MUT rewards, that is how I was able to acquire 10 of those for doing nothing basically besides logging on today and opening packs throughout the year. And then the other one is going to be with this all the way down at the bottom. This will get you one free one as well for the MUT Master Completion set. I will be doing that a little bit later on, but you can add this in and you will be getting 10 back. 10 of those tokens back, so that is one complete player as well. Kind of going up from the bottom here, we do have 24 silver MUT tokens to earn one rookie premier token, so that is quite a few of those MUT tokens. And again, these are only repeatable 4 times, 2 times for the silver tokens. Shaz, you can only do it once. Elite tokens, you can do that 8 times. That will take 2 elite tokens for one rookie premier patch. And then the other thing that you could have absolutely banked on and made a whole bunch of coins off of is if you had any draft night players that were drafted this year that were 91 to 99 overall. Those players are going for an inordinate amount of coins. Just 700,000 coins for Kyler Murray's 99 overall card was what I had seen last. This evening I will be giving a little bit more of an in-depth where is the market now and what players you should be focusing on. But at this point, yeah, I definitely would focus on those 92 overalls and add them into this set. As you can see, that is repeatable in an infinite amount of times, so that is definitely the way to go there. And again, with those rookie premieres, it's not like you'd want to do them twice, but these are just repeatable once, and each of them do cost 10. They do not change values. So we had been focusing on the ways that you kind of had been able to acquire these players without spending too many coins. Right here, you are able to go in and get 10 of those 92 overall players, and you are able to get one of those tokens when you finish this string of solos as well. So that will get you 6 tokens, and you can either trade in players or trade in your silver, gold, or elite badges and potentially get them back that way as well. So if you had the ability to trade in 8 elites, you would be able to fill out that last player, or if you were just wanting to go and purchase those players off the market, you can certainly do that as well. But that gets you to 2.7 players out of 3 more or less free from things you have done throughout the year. So I really do think that is a good way to kind of pay players back that have played the game throughout the year. The other way that I'm definitely going to do, and I would advise doing as well, is going in and purchasing this rookie premiere pack. I'll just purchase one at this time and get through the rest later. But with this, you are able to get one of those 92 overall players, and if you get lucky, you can get some other things you can use as well. The rest of the market has absolutely crashed. I will be going through that a little bit later, but this gets you one of those players for 92 overall. And like I was saying, in the market, they're going for 30+ thousand because there's not really another way to acquire them besides opening packs or spending money. So that is where that has kind of sat. So you can get more or less 2.7 of these players for free. Again, that's not a whole player. at least that seventh is not, but two, and then you can go in and spend 500,000 coins, get some pieces for some of those gold, silver, and elite sets as well. Trade in some of those players, but if you go in and purchase the 20 of these that are allowed, there are a lot of limits on this. So again, getting those 92 overalls is definitely a way that you will have to go eventually, but they do give you the opportunity to clear out your binder with some of those other options in those sets as well. But if you would just go and purchase 20 of these, you're able to get one of those players. So that gets you up to 3.7 players, which is playing solos and spending 500,000 coins. Again, that's starting to spend a little bit more than what you want. We'll be going through what you can get those gold, silver, and elites for a little bit later on to see if those prices are starting to get comparable. If you already have those in your binder, though, that is a tremendous way to use them because the value is not going to come back up after this point in time. So that is what we have for right now. I'm just going to look through things real quick to make sure I didn't miss anything too terribly. Cost, again, if you're getting them around 30,000, it'll be 600,000 per rookie premier. If you're getting them around 35,000 off the block, then they will be closer to that 700,000. And I will show you a couple of those off the block while I go over a couple other things that I have gone over in another video. But just wanted to note that this is the last week of solo battles, and it is also the last week of Weekend League. So that is a little bit of a disappointment that this year is coming to an end, but it is kind of understandable at this point that we just need to kind of be preparing ourselves for MUT 20. But as you see, these players are very valued. But definitely go through the program Rookie Premier and go by position. Definitely go to 92 overall from there and just snipe away. That's kind of what we're going to have to do at this point since some of these things aren't as repeatable as they could or should be necessarily, so that is a little bit of a bad deal. And one other non-Rookie Premier thing to wrap up with, Ultimate Legends this weekend will be the last as well, and they will be dropping 6 at that point. So at this point, definitely go out, snipe some of these players. MUT rewards and the Shazier token will be able to get you 2 free solos, and that pack that you get as you get into the game will get you that 0.7, and then you just kind of have to go through sets to acquire the rest. Again, at this point, get the 92s, best value outside of purchasing those packs from the store that you can get with coins. So hopefully you're coin rich and able to get all of the rookie premieres that you want. I will be acquiring all 10 of them and kind of working through them and figuring out what is the best way to use them through the end of this year and looking at what their stats will be for next year to see how valuable they could be at the beginning of the year. That is what we have for right now. I will be on later this evening and give you a little bit more info and a little bit more of an in-depth look at where the market is at that time. Wish you all the best and take care. Thank you for checking into the Irish Orangutan channel. Keep coming back for more Madden knowledge. There will be consistent videos up every week, so make sure to subscribe and hit the bell button to see them all. Come by Twitch to engage and hit me up on Twitter at Irish Orangutan. Take care and much love, everybody.